video yesterday, bro?
Man,
Oh, here
look,
we go.
let me explain something.
Leroy. Oh,
Let me-
he look good. The Leroy.
If you want me to not like a player,
Mhm.
talk about how good he looks in OTAs.
The Leroy looks so
I'm
good.
I don't
Don't
care.
take the bait.
He was
Don't take the
zinging
bait.
darts.
Don't care.
Darts.
Don't care. It goes to show you what kind of quarterback Tim Tebow was. He had incomplete passes against air.
Leroy. It was like we were getting ready for season
No, it
3 of The Mandalorian.
No, it
and they
wasn't.
give you a little sneak peek.
No, it wasn't.
It was so good.
No, it wasn't.
It was. Come on, Leroy.
Dude, you are a fool
What are you
for
talking
getting
about?
all excited about OTAs. You
Bro,
are.
But
This
Tua
has
didn't
been a
have
good
these
week.
last year. This is his
Yeah, he
first
didn't have.
OTAs.
This is my first peek at
Robbie.
Tua in a hoodie.
Again.
He's got a hoodie on under his jersey. How cool is that? Hoodie under the
Again.
jersey.
Robbie,
I'm not
you
taking the
don't
bait.
think a guy who just had major hip surgery needs OTAs
But you're
in his
poop-
first year?
Oh, this is a risk for debate. But you're poo-pooing this OTAs. You've never been so mad at anything more than OTAs.
He's not poo-pooing OTAs. He just
No,
doesn't care about
I've
them.
been consistent with this since the day you knew me.
But in his day, Robbie, there was no hype video Twitter team that was putting
But-
out putting out the
Wait.
goods.
Tobin,
Yeah,
what I'm saying right now,
yeah.
every year since you've known me,
Yep.
has my thinking about OTAs been any different?
No, but it doesn't
Okay.
mean you don't think that
But
they
Leroy,
matter. You just don't want me to tell you about them.
Leroy, at this,
No, it's not. Look, I think for young guys to get in a system and learn how to do things is important. I think guys coming back from rehab is important, right? Oh, yeah. Mhm.
Oh, look at the fists.
Yep,
The
look at that.
close-ups.
Look at that.
Whoop.
Guys running routes with backwards hats.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
football. That's football.
But Leroy,
You
if
only
we-
can win. Oh, look at that!
Playing
Oh,
quarterback with a hoodie.
oh, nice
Oh,
hat by
yeah.
the coach.
Taking it.
The old thumbs up by the
Watch
coach.
This last pass, though. Watch this last pass from him. Whoosh, right to Jakeem Grant.
Yep.
Leroy, but had we had these OTAs last year, Toby would have been showing you these same videos, and you would have
and I would
been
have
saying,
been the same way.
Yeah, but we couldn't
I
have
would've
them
been-
last.
Look, there's a difference. Look, are they important for young guys? Absolutely. You're learning a system.
New
you
offense.
want to be able to get to a point where you can just go play football and use your abilities. Okay? Aren't they an indication of how well you're going to play during football season? Absolutely not.
Yeah, but we got the new offense coordinator, Studsy.
they got two. They got
Which
two
is a
offensive
few-
coordinators.
Yeah, it's Stoodsville and Godsey. They're Studsy.
Studs.
They've been.
You guys,
They've interacted.
You are the single-hand person.
Why?
You are
so
the
happy.
single person that makes me hate football.
Why? I'm so
Because-
excited for football.
Because all of the things you talk about football have nothing to do with football.
I'm gonna be so much more excited for football. Maybe in 4 days.
All I've seen so far is bench press, squat,
What about hands drill? Hands.
hands drill. That's all I've seen, right? And as soon as football season starts, you're not gonna ever say he should be so much better. He looked really good in OTAs.
No, I'm not proclaiming that this is gonna translate to a good season. All I'm just saying is, hey, look at him. He looks good.
No, he doesn't. He looks like, you know what he looks like? He looks like a professional athlete.
No, it's like
in shape and working out.
When
That's
I
it.
watch Andy Ruiz hit the heavy bag before his last fight. Look at Andy Ruiz. He looks good.
Right. Exactly. Did it mean he was going to win the fight?
He did
Hell
win.
no.
He did win his last fight.
Oh.
Did get knocked down in the first round.
Right.
Do you see Tyson Fury? He belly shamed him. He says, why are you losing your belly? Fat guys can be the champ.
He does. Wait. As heavyweight champions, he has one of the worst bodies.
Oh, it's so ugly.
It's so bad.
So bad.
Tyson Fury has no muscles.
He doesn't
None.
care. And he loves it too. He
Not
goes, "It's
one
the Gypsy
muscle.
King."
In fact, he is the first heavyweight champ to say, I'm going to get fat for this fight. And I'm going to lean on him.
Oh, terrible. By the way, Leroy, I think hoodie Tua. I think this is a thing. He should wear the hoodie under his jersey for the regular season.
Hey,
Oh, like James Jones.
Idiot. Hey,
The guy for the
idiot.
Packers.
Yo, idiot.
What?
You know, there's a mic in his ear, right?
What do you mean?
I mean, yeah.
In his
They
helmet.
call the plays. So
Oh.
you're gonna put something over his ears?
No, he just has it like draped over like this out of the jersey, just for swag.
You still have the earpiece.
Just for swag purposes.
Oh, so he doesn't, because in the video he has it over his head.
Which, by the way, I've been meaning to bring this up with the Tua debate. I don't want this to lead into a Tua debate.
All right.
Okay, I just
promise. Sword is
Fair
sword down,
warning,
sword
or you're
down.
going backstage.
I can't
Anyone.
promise you anything.
I just wanted to be
Holstering the
known.
gun.
When I was last out, I remember I took vacation a couple of months ago. Did you not say that you guys were having the Tua granddaddy of them all debate to settle it,
No,
and that it was
Robbie
never
didn't
going to be
work.
spoken of again?
Robbie said that. He had boxing gloves.
I thought
That's
it
what
was
was told.
over. I thought that was a thing. Like I was thinking about this. I was just thinking about this the other day. I was like, man, these guys really still get into that Tua debate like it's the first one. It's
Hey.
amazing you guys have that much passion for it.
He keeps saying stupid stuff.
He brought
Oh,
props.
yeah. He's not, that's
What?
attack. That's an attack.
But am I wrong, J Fig? Did they not have the grand Tua debate of them all? Like, was that not supposed to happen?
Yes, it was supposed to happen, but
It did
Robert. You know, Robert. No, it didn't, because you're still bringing it up.
Well,
you're
I think-
still
I
fighting
think-
the same fight.
I think the draft and the Jaylen Waddle thing is also on top of the Jaylen Waddle debates. It's also lit a flame to the Tua debates again.
All right. Well, this is
Well,
not an this
yes.
is not a, this is
Can
not
I
an
ask a
attack.
question?
This is not
This
an
is not
attack.
a Tua debate. Let me ask. Robbie,
Oh, this sounds like
what if there were other teams that thought the same way about Waddle as the Dolphins did?
I put the sword down. I put the sword down. Not
No,
again.
I just asked the question. This is a
Well,
Waddle
this is
question.
a Waddle
Well,
question.
The only way to answer that question is to start another debate.
No.
It's not really. It's just a question because
Would
here's
you
why.
feel
Here's why.
Answer
better-
the question.
Would
Don't
you
need to
feel
debate.
better about your pick if other teams thought the same thing your team did
Right.
about that player?
It depends
Ergo-
on which
ergo-
teams.
Ergo, Robbie.
It depends on what team. He always has a caveat.
Okay, it's okay, but
There's
listen.
always a caveat.
But Robbie, hear me out.
The
Hear me out.
debate
On this.
hasn't even started.
Hear me out on this.
All right.
We thought Chris Grier, and I agree with you on this, he was going to say, no matter what happened with that pick, that's the guy I always wanted.
Yes.
We also said the Jamar Chase thing was bullhunky. No way that they thought Jamar Chase was better than Jaylen Waddle. But from all the reports, Triple P, Puff Piece Peter, he comes out and he says, no, the Dolphins wanted Waddle all along. Those were multiple reports that came out and said that. And now we have this interesting revelation from the Jaguars war room that had Jaylen Waddle with the same draft grade as numero uno pick, Trevor Lawrence.
All right. First of all, it's the Jacksonville Jaguars. They mocked them in the movie Draft Day. You're talking about Urban Meyer, who admitted, if you believe him or not, he took a third down running back in the first round. And also, their big board is Trevor Lawrence. And then their other first round pick was at 25. Like that, they're not going to put quarterbacks ahead of Jaylen Waddle when they know they're taking Trevor Lawrence.
Nah, but the grade was the same. They put him on a number scale, and the grade was Waddle and Trevor Lawrence, same numbers.
Do you want me
ATN didn't have the same numbers.
Do you want me to go over the history of recent top 10 picks at wide receiver?
I don't. I want your impression of. This isn't about what the history is. I'm asking you, when we said that they were liars because they said Jamar Chase, we wanted Waddle over Chase the whole time, and that Waddle was the guy. When we hear something like that, a neutral party, Robbie, has nothing to do with nothing. They weren't going to have Jaylen Waddle, okay? They had him ranked with the number 1 overall pick, who we all knew was going to be the number 1 overall pick. We've known that for 2 years with Trevor Lawrence, and they gave him the same grade. I think we got to apologize to Chris Grier.
It is the Jacksonville Jaguars. You guys are so gullible. You guys are falling for everything.
There's nothing to be going
Every good piece of Jaylen Waddle is, the genius by the Dolphins. Because do you really want to do the same thing the Jacksonville Jaguars are doing? Is that what we're comparing ourselves to?
We're not doing the same grade. I'm just telling you, we may have to apologize for saying that the Jaylen Waddle talk and saying that it was bullcrap may not have been. If a team has him, a neutral team that wasn't going to draft him, they had no shot they were going to get Jaylen Waddle. If they have him ranked the same as their number 1 overall pick, wouldn't that lead to you to believe that maybe Chris Grier was telling the truth.
Or maybe Chris Grier called him
said
Jacksonville.
Tebow was rated the same as Pitts.
What's that?
They said Tebow was rated the same as Pitts.
It's Kyle Pitts.
We don't need to take Pitts. We got teams.
Look,
I'm just saying. I found it interesting because the Jaguars leaked that by mistake. They didn't mean to leak that. You're not supposed to leak draft grades.
I would say it's interesting from this standpoint is that we only know about these players in a lot of cases what we've recently seen. So the fact that Devontae Smith won the Heisman, like everybody just assumes he's the better receiver.
Right.
And he said this. This was Devontae Smith said, if Waddle was healthy, he would have never won the Heisman.
Okay, but Waddle was injured, and the Dolphins took the injured guy over the healthy guy. And by the way, the Eagles are laughing at us because they got an extra first-round pick, and they got a similar kind of receiver.
No, they didn't.
They
didn't get a similar kind of
But maybe
receiver.
they didn't. Maybe, but listen, bones heal, ratings do not.
But the Dolphins have admitted that they like both guys. So would you rather have one guy and have an extra first-round pick or the other guy and not have that extra first-round
I'd
pick?
rather have the star. We don't know if they're comparable. What if Jaylen Waddle's way better?
He has to be way better for the pick to work.
Robbie, you make here's what I hate about your debates. Always, you make a ton of assumptions to make your point. Right? My argument is never based on assumptions. I'm not assuming anything. We're only speaking about the things that we know.
By the way, I want to object to something. Schmeathan Schmolnick. Schmeathan says it's the second day in a row I've initiated a Waddle debate. I haven't. Yesterday was Tua. Yesterday was Tua.
No, you didn't.
And I'm not really debating. I don't have anything to debate here. I just think that that's interesting. Like we sat because I am with Robbie on the realm of GMs and you too, Leroy. Like we all agree. Like GMs always do the thing where they're like, we got the guy we always wanted.
Of course.
But if we have an outside party telling you, hey, no, we think they got the best skill player. Well, they're not really saying that, but they had him rated as the top skill player in their draft. And by the way, somebody's saying on the Twitch, I don't know if this is true or not, but Leo Soto is saying that there's another draft room that had him as the number one wide receiver as well. Like, if there's a multiple teams saying this, maybe it's not as much of a reach as you thought.
But when the Dolphins moved back up into 6, everybody thought it was to try to get Kyle Pitts or Jamar Chase.
No, I didn't. Wait, guess what? I never said that. What I said was they moved up to get into a situation. And that means that if either one of those teams took a quarterback or the offensive lineman, they were going to have their pick of 3 of the 4 guys.
And then that's where I said that why not wait till draft day to see if one of those guys are going to be available and then move
Robbie,
up?
do you not wait, Robbie?
You're wrong on this, Leroy.
Here's why you're such an idiot. Do you understand? The closer you get to the draft, the more things cost.
Well, here's why you're such a moron. You gave up a first-round pick in March.
The closer you get to an event, the more expensive it is.
All right, but you're also assuming a big market of teams wanting to trade up for Jaylen Waddle. You're also assuming that.
Robbie, do you understand? With anything you purchase, the closer you get to the event, the more expensive it is.
That's not true because whoever's picking at 6,
That's
they're
not
on
true.
the clock and they have pressure to make a trade. And if they run out of time before the draft, they're stuck with making the selection.
Okay, but Robbie, the point that may be missed here though is maybe we're wrong in who they wanted.
All right, and Leroy, you paid a premium price. You didn't get off cheap. It's not like they traded a 3rd-round pick to move back up into 6 to save for this exorbitant cost.
But the new piece of stuff that's not it. Like you guys are going in circles on old stuff. I'm telling you, what if the piece of data is that they actually did want Jaylen Waddle the whole time?
First of all, they should have stayed at 12. That's stupid. That's another stupid thing because
Robbie, if multiple war rooms are having him as the number one wide receiver, maybe he's not lasting that long.
But the Jaylen Waddle is those guys. He's not a special. Like, look, he could be good, but he's not. Look, I got the history of first round top 10 picks.
You spend your whole life settling. Every time we talk about the draft, here's your line. You could have got somebody just like that later on in the
only
draft.
with wide receivers.
At some point, you got to select somebody.
They have a 30% bust rate in the first round. There have been more second round wide receivers since 2000 selected in the Pro Bowl than first round wide receivers.
But but you're saying that he could have fallen to 12, and if a lot of war
he might have not.
Saying, then he might have not. And if the GM has conviction on who he wants
Robbie,
to help the offense, that's his job.
Robbie, you would have settled for Devontae Smith.
I think they're comparable.
Robbie, it's a simple
I'd rather have Devontae Smith than the extra first round pick. Yes, to answer your question.
No,
Leroy, the cost more thing is
tough.
tough.
Rather have Devontae Smith.
Leroy, look. People trade up for quarterbacks.
I'm not here. First of all, I'm not assuming anything. You are.
You're doing the assumption. You're assuming what more? Leroy, answer my question. What?
Sure.
More, how much more theoretically would it cost the Dolphins had they waited till draft day? How much more would they have to pay than they already paid?
Here's why that's a hard question. Because you don't know at the time who else would.
But you're saying it would have costed more. But you're saying it's costing more.
Why are you guys?
Robbie,
I don't
if you wait until draft day, there's going to be more teams that want that pick. It's going to cost you more.
How many teams called up to 6 when the Dolphins are on the clock?
You don't, Robbie.
Why are you
It
guys?
happened so quick, you don't know.
All right,
why
but
is
Leroy,
this still something you guys are harping on as a thing?
I'm not.
Again, the damage is done.
But
Like
Leroy,
the pick is made. What I'm trying to get to is that the guy is actually highly sought after by the league and highly regarded as the league. And a lot of the times it was looked upon as, the Dolphins settled from a guy, and it wasn't Jamar Chase and it wasn't Kyle Pitts. But if you have multiple teams outside of the Dolphins telling you, "Hey, we think he's the number one wide receiver," then maybe it wasn't as much of a settle as people are making it out to be.
And that's what dumb teams do, like the Jacksonville Jaguars. The teams that take wide receiver in the top 10 are dumb teams. Teams like the Seattle Seahawks, they get their weapons. DK Metcalf, 64, and Tyler Lockett. Same kind of guy as Jaylen Waddle, third round.
Robbie, it's a new front office. You have no idea what their franchise is going to do. I mean, Tebow being a tight end aside, like we don't have any idea how good that front office is yet.
Elijah Moore could be every bit as good as Jaylen Waddle. He was taking the second round. Jaylen Waddle, for to justify the compensation, has to be the best receiver in football.
No, Robbie, if you would have waited on draft day to make that move, it would have cost you more.
How much more? You haven't answered that question.
But here's what.
But don't you want to make sure you get the guy you want?
You're.
I don't believe
every time we have an argument about draft position, here's what you say. No matter what the position is, you could have got that guy in the second or third round. You could have went down.
It's just with wide receivers.
You say that about every draft pick, Robbie.
Nah, it's just with wide receivers.
You have said that about a lot.
Robbie, you say that about every draft.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that with Jalen Phillips. I didn't say that.
The only guy you haven't said that is the only guy you haven't said that with is Penei Sewell. That's the only guy.
All right, Leroy, you talk about paying $30 for a cheeseburger. If by the way, if you are saving money, if you are saving draft picks by trading in March and not trading on draft day, you know what you paid for that cheeseburger? You paid $27. You didn't save a whole lot. You paid a premium price. You didn't get a discount on your trade back in March.
Robbie,
but what if the chef?
Here's what you can do. Here's what you can do. Here's what the Dolphins did. They know how much that cheeseburger is going to cost in March. If they wait, they have no idea how much it's going to cost. So they made the determination that instead of maybe having to compete with somebody else who really wanted somebody, let's go ahead and make the move now and not risk what it will cost at a future date.
Or you could have waited to see if Kyle Pitts or Jamar Chase is there.
Robbie.
And if they're not there, you save yourself the cost. You don't have to overpay for Jaylen Waddle.
But Robbie, again, the thing that's new out of all this is that this is saying that they think that other teams are saying that Jaylen Waddle may be better than Jamar Chase.
And that's the other team is the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Well, but what do you know about their front office? It's the new front office.
You know how
much? Robbie is the expert at this.
Let me ask you something. Do you think Trevor Lawrence is the number one quarterback?
I got the history of first-round receivers.
Do you think? Just answer my question. Just answer my question. Do you think that Trevor Lawrence is the number one quarterback?
That was easy. There was no work to do.
Well, they had him as the same grade as the guy that they knew they were going to take the whole time.
Okay,
they have no reason to do that.
But again, like Trevor Lawrence is an obvious layup. Everybody knows monster, number 1 pick. No stress whatsoever. And they also know that they're another first round pick is at 25.
Robbie,
They're not getting Jaylen
why
Waddle.
grade a position? Why grade a guy the same way that you have no intent?
Yeah, it's not meant for anybody's eyes. Like it's there's no reason to say, oh, they're just bull bleeping or they don't know what they're doing. Like it's just saying, like, hey, out of all the guys, like this guy is as talented on an equal scale. They're putting him with Trevor Lawrence, who they knew was going to be their franchise
Leroy.
quarterback, their franchise saver.